Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of War Thunder. As you can see, we're on the dev server again. They've opened it up for a third time. Introduced a new patch. Just from spawning, I think there's been some changes to the hangar. I don't think these vehicles were here before. It looks a lot better now that they've added the vehicles. It looks more airfield like it's an actual busy place, I suppose. I mean, obviously none of it's moving, but makes it seem a bit more authentic. Now, as I was about to say, they've added another patch for this. There's been a few minor and major changes. We'll quickly pop over to the Gaijin website to show you what the changes are. Now, this is where the preliminary patch notes are being posted for 1.43. Remember, this isn't the exact same patch every time the dev server opens. The black writing is what was on the original 2-hour long dev server that I didn't really get into. The blue one is the one red one, sorry, is where I recorded the last sort of videos on the dev server. And blue is what we are getting today in the dev server. Now this new change is quite major. The new realistic battle mode, basically destroying vehicles, dealing damage and capturing zones will give you points, and if you get a certain amount of points you can respawn in the vehicles in your lineup. And you start off with some points to spawn in with, about 400 points it says here. So you may be limited in what vehicle you can spawn in with originally, because some may be more expensive than 400. It's not entirely clear. But moving on, the matchmaking is calculated according to the vehicle with the maximum lineup. So maximum battle rating in the lineup. So if you bring a jet and then you want to choose and the other aircraft will biplanes, you're going to get a really high tier match. If you don't get enough points, you just can't respawn. How it is now, basically. And the team wins the same way as normal. And this last bit, not quite last, but it's to do with battle rating. From what I can understand, maybe the vehicle with the highest battle rating equals 1. I don't know, 100 points. Ones that are below it in battle rating should cost less. So, say one's battle rating of 5, that'll be 100 points. Another one's a battle rating of 4, should cost 75, something like that. And with battle rating difference of 1 or more in your lineup, the maximum step down is 0.75. So if you've got a lineup of 5 for a jet and then, I don't know, 3 for another aircraft, it can only go down to about 2.75, I believe is what it's trying to say. 2.25, sorry. It's not really clear, that last bit. But this is quite a major change, because before in realistic battles, you just go into battle, and you either succeed or you die. Now they're basically doing it so if you do well, you could possibly respawn. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm hoping that's going to be a separate game mode and not for all the realistic battles, really. Because, I quite like how it is at the moment, but we'll get more information on that as it goes, hopefully. Replay view interface has been changed. We did know there was going to be changes. Does seem to be a lot better already. Would be good to have more changes. New decals, so for different nations and squadrons. Won't go into too much detail on that at the moment. Aviation damage model. High explosive shells effect on aircraft framework has been fixed, which is good because the large caliber weapons don't seem to have much effect at the moment. And immediate fire extinctions on aircraft has been fixed. I assume that's meant to be extinguishing, but apparently there's been a bug where they just putting the fires out straight away, which isn't really good if you're trying to shoot an aircraft down. And there's been changes to the flight models for the KI-43-1 and the F4F4. Doesn't really say what they are, just tuned according to the datasheet, which is extremely vague. I think is it World of Tanks? Sorry, I think that tells you practically every single change they've done to a tank. So it'd be nice if Gaijin did something like that rather than this vague. Has been retuned. But yeah. Moving on, pod type armaments have been added to the F-84B. HVAR rockets, Tiny Tim and bombs from 100 to £1,000. And here is the other major change. Basically, a lot of the aircraft have been unfolded, moved into different places. So the Catalinas are no longer unified. The Italian tech tree has just been put into one huge blob with the German tech tree. Along, Junkers 88A4 has been moved to rank 1. Research tree now has 2 columns for premium and gift vehicles, like all the other nations. The AC-9K and 9T are no longer folded. Some of the MiG-3s have been moved. Same with the Lags and P3Bs, 3 and BIS, sorry. SB2M105 is not in the main group. The other 2s have been separated. It says there's 2 in each folder, from what I remember. It says, but depending on the engine, but the main difference will be the bomb load. The later 2 aircraft, the latter folder, is the one with the bomb overload of 5,000 kilograms. So it'll be technically easier to get to them, because instead of having to go through the whole folder, you just go to research the next lot of aircraft. So it kind of makes it easier to get to them, which kind of bad, because it will cause a lot more bomb overload aircraft being used in matches and ending matches quicker. But we'll see how that goes. Tu-2S is no longer with the rest of the Tu-2s. The late Tu-2s are actually post-war aircraft, so that makes a lot of sense. The A6M5 has been put to 3rd rank and folded with all the A6M5s together. Same with the A6M3s. The A6M5 is now actually a tier 3, so I don't have a tier. I'd literally just got that to tier 4, so kind of annoying for me. But Japanese aircraft are generally over tiered. M1K2s are all unified. Same with the KI-43 1 and 2. Some of the KI-45 aircraft have been placed outside the main group. The Ko is outside the 1st rank, is now 1st rank outside the main group, and Hay is now right after the KI-45 group. Last change, sound of destructible objects have been added. Now, one thing I actually forgot to mention is some of the engine modifications have been removed or changed. Apparently they weren't working properly. Pretty sure this has only been introduced to the latest 1.43 patch, but in case it hasn't, I'll just cover it anyway. For the USA, all the P26s basically, P38, F2As, F4Fs, all the B17s and B25s, all the Catalinas for America, the CR42 for Germany, all the Heinkel 112s, most of the BF109s, especially the early versions, last Dawn the A217, Russia, the M62 I153, most of the I16s, the BB1, one of the SB2Ms, the 105 variant, AR2, 2 of the PE2s, that's Russia, Gladiators for the British, there's actually more Gladiators there than there are in game. Some of them are removed, I think. A lot of the Spitfires, looks like pretty much all of them, apart from some of the early variants. Again, a lot of the Typhoons, or 2 of the Typhoons, and the Beaufighter Mark 6C. Japan F1M2, B5N2, B7A2, D3A1, 3 of the KI5s and 1 of the KI102s. Now it says here you'll be compensated with RP Silverlines or Golden Eagles, depending on how they were purchased. RP will be awarded in the current module that is under research after the first battle complete. Not entirely sure. Basically, when I've lost modules on the live server, I've just gone into a game and played a match, and I've just got the replacement, as far as I'm aware. Don't know if they're changing that, or maybe I've just not noticed. Yeah, it seems a bit annoying. I hope they do actually give you a replacement, or the RP to, if you bought it with 1,200 RP, I'd expect, the match to give you an extra 1,200 RP for that aircraft. So we'll go back to the dev server and see what some of these changes mean. So we go into the research tree. I mentioned before the P51s have been sort of unfolded. I finally got to the F82, luckily, so I've avoided that problem. I had to sort of cave in and spend Golden Eagles, only a few, but sort of, because I didn't want to have to research another P51. So I just researched to get to the P51, now I'm unlocking the F82, so all good. German tech tree. As you can see, the Italian tech tree has been removed, and the Italian and German tech tree are all just one big blob now. The Focke-Wulf line is just started by Italian aircraft, CR-42s, MC-200s. The bomber line has been moved along to here. The Semiventes are with the Heinkel's and Junker 88s. The Junker 88's actually been moved to Tier 1, which is kind of surprising. Didn't expect them to do that. Go to Russia. Again, some of the stuff has been moved about. I could tell that because I never unlocked the MiG-3, or that MiG-3 in particular. Yak-9, oh, that's the new one, but the Yak-9K, again, I've got past that already. Some of the changes, the lags, the SB2Ms, Yer-2s. Quickly look if it's the bomb load that sort of affect, if it's by bomb load really. Believe that's 5,000 kilograms, because 3,000 kilograms, yeah, 5,000 kilograms, that's one. And this one, is it 5,000? We will see. 5,000 kilograms, so I don't know if that's a good change, because having it all in one blob actually slowed people down from getting to the 5,000 kilogram Yer-2, so that's going to make it a lot easier for people to get to it, because they have one less aircraft. So kind of good because it makes more sense, kind of bad because it's going to be easier to get to them, and they're the same battle rating. So yeah, maybe changed on the live server. PE3s have been changed. TU2s, like I said, the last two are actually post-war aircraft, so it kind of makes more sense there. Britain, I don't think Britain had any changes. I don't think it mentioned any. I'll go over and check in a sec. Not America. Oh, America, we did actually miss out the PBYs being changed. Not really going to affect many people, I doubt, because it's such a low tier aircraft. Japan, see a lot of them have been grouped together. 3 A6Ms now grouped together, 2 A6M5s. I've lost one of my tier 4 aircraft, which is kind of annoying. Which is why I never actually started to unlock the Otsu, because I knew it was going to be folded anyway. So I could just go onto the M1K2 Shiden K, or Kai, once the update's out. Can't remember if there's any other changes. Oh yeah, the KI-45s have been changed about a bit. KI-43 one's with the KI-43-2, but I can't test fly it because I haven't got the 27. So that's all the main changes there, at least. There wasn't really any other major changes. But it's major and it's minor, because, it's major in that it's going to be a bit of a pain, especially for Japan, to get to Tier 4 now. Well, not a pain, but, it's set me back. It's probably going to set some other people back. But it's minor in that it's probably not going to affect too many people. A lot of this is low tier stuff being affected. And the Italian tree, well, they only had a few aircraft anyway, so it's not really going to make that much difference for Italian players or people who like playing Italian. There wasn't any changes to tanks, I don't think. Yeah, there wasn't really any changes to the tanks. Might have a quick look at the story missions, single missions, because we haven't actually tried them yet, or we haven't seen them yet, sorry. Now the first one is the Norwegian campaign. Now this is a bit glitch because I have Tier 4 of Britain unlocked, but I've only got but it's not letting me play even though this needs Tier 3 unlocked, so... But first mission in a Mosquito, follow the ground, folds in search of the submarine fleet. Now whether we actually see submarines, I don't know. Can I start this? No, can't start it, but the guide Jav said about not having submarines, so not sure how that's going to work. Bunker the Bruno. Within a squad of heavy bombers, destroy the bunker at Bruno, which is meant for a pair of German submarines. Again, can't play it. That's in the Lancaster. Focke-Wulf 190D9. Haven't got the rank for that yet. Prevent the attack of British bombers on the port. Swordfish flight. Destroy convoy of cargo. Stops for the night in one of the fjords. And the Typhoon. Follow the Allied bombers to the base inside the German fleet and vice versa. So, fairly high tier missions there. Tier 3 or above. Spanish Civil War, this is low tier generally. The only one I haven't got is this one because it has a weird requirement: 50% battle activity and 10 missions played in this aircraft. But yeah, not many points for this. That mission's just destroy the enemy. Another one, BF-109E, make an operational flight. Not many points. CR-42, cover retreating bombers. I-16, prevent destruction of ground forces. Blind operation. SB-2M-100, prevent destruction of ground forces. So, yeah, we've got those two new campaigns, a lower tier Spanish Civil War and a higher tier Norwegian campaign. Just going over that because we haven't talked about it before, really. One of the changes that was mentioned was the F-84B getting a lot of modifications, or bomb loads. Are you ready to see what bomb loads it gets? Yes, that is a lot of bombs and rockets. Actually, it seems to be mostly rockets, but well, there's some here, 2 £1,000 bombs plus 8 rockets. Yeah, that is going to be quite powerful. Doesn't say how much it will slow you down if you take that bomb load. I assume it will be a lot. Various other versions, the ones with the tiny TIMs, 8 rockets plus 2 tiny TIMs. That would be interesting to see. 2 £500 bombs and 8 rockets. Basically, yeah, the F-84, which from what I've heard isn't that great, is probably going to find a new, very good role as a ground attack aircraft. That's how I'm intending to use the F-82. It's actually called Heavy Fire / Bomber, so that's probably going to be a ground attack aircraft when I unlock that. But that's not related to the dev server. Don't think there was any other changes that I know of. Now, actually, one change I did forget to mention. A lot of the engine injections have been removed, or engine throttles. If you go into the B-17 here, I've actually lost my engine injection for the B-17, other B-17s. I actually scrolled right past it and forgot to look at it on the patch notes. I'll probably edit that into the patch notes section. But yeah, they keep removing a lot of the modifications. I get them back straight after, or the new version, but it just seems odd that they keep having to take it out. If we go to achievements, see how many aircraft I've fully unlocked now, or aircraft. Oh, it's actually odd. I'm sure it was on 107. It's actually gone up, so yeah, not sure how that works out. One other thing I forgot to mention, the B-17. I said in my last video, it seemed to have basically the same bomb load. Well, from what I understand, the bomb load, well, it was said to have Japanese bombs or something along those lines. But the bomb load it's actually lost is the 2 £2,000 bombs. We go to the Americans over here, B-17E, and bombs. As 2 £2,000 bombs, which is good, I suppose. It still makes the American version technically superior, but it still carries 6 £1,000 bombs, so it's not like it's lost out that badly. So yeah, maybe they'll make some more changes to that. Not really sure. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually test fly a lot of these aircraft still. I haven't got any further on the Germans. I'm near to tier 4 on the Germans. I've got 3 of the aircraft unlocked, and 2 of them are nearly done anyway. One's nearly done, one's almost half done. The third one would be, you know, probably the bomber, and that would be easy to do. All the other ones I'm still quite far away. America, I've got 2 done. Britain, I've got 2 done. Russia, I've got 1 done. Japan, 1 done. Was 2 until 1.43, but now there's only 1. So yeah, it would probably be German jets I'll end up testing first, but it probably won't be on the dev servers because, you know, I'm not going to... It's updating with the live server a bit better now, but I doubt I'll be able to do that well on the live server to unlock all these before the update comes out. So, yeah, not really sure what else to say, really. Might have a quick look at the tanks, actually. I've left out... or might do the tanks in another episode. Oh, it'll be recorded all about the same time, but I'll put them as their own separate episodes. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you like these sort of videos. Leave feedback. Can always do with feedback. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.